Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of season 4 here at Newcastle. We start with a cup final. Ordinarily I would be wearing the suits for a cup final, but I move house tomorrow, and as such my suit is packed away in a box somewhere or in a suitcase somewhere. So it's just the normal Newcastle shirt. We've got the Carabao Cup final, then we're into the month of March where we shall have Arsenal, Benfica, Everton and Stoke. We won the first leg against Benfica by 3-0. So I'm going to simulate the second leg, but we shall play Arsenal and Huddersfield, and then depending on when the next round of the Champions League is drawn, we'll either play Everton and sim Stoke, or we'll take the next Champions League game into account. But we shall hopefully start the episode with a piece of silverware at Newcastle United, which is something we haven't done yet at all. Actually, despite what I would consider a relatively successful career mode, we haven't actually won anything yet. Do let me know in the comment section, without skipping and checking at the end, what do you think the score's going to be in this Carabao Cup final? It's against Huddersfield Town. We are without Jan Oblak in goal, who's injured, and of course still without Vinicius Junior, who is yet to return back from injury as well. But other than that, we are at full strength. My goalkeeper will be 74 rated Van Dam, and Kennedy will start on the left-hand side of midfield. I'm going to say 3-1 Newcastle, but you guys might well have a different prediction. Do let me know in the comment section down below, and then we'll head to Arsenal, send Benfica, and then take it from there. But we will be finishing the month of March in today's episode regardless. So I'm going to go and sort the team out. Basically put Kennedy and Van Dam in, and then hopefully we can beat Huddersfield and get ourselves a piece of silverware and a cup to lift. Right, Huddersfield Town's lineup: Blake in goal, Kappa, Gelin, Kabako and Maresic at the back, with Jordan Lukaku presumably on the left-hand side of midfield, although we'll find out if they're playing 5 at the back in a moment, and Kappa at right back. It is 5 at the back, with Vilhena and Ait Ben-Asser in the midfield, with Munier, Ramadan Sobi and Anthony Knocker up top. 5 at the back from Huddersfield. They're going defensive, trying to contain us and maybe catch us on the counter to go for the win. We're clear favourites, as you might well understand, for this fixture. We just need to live up to that tag and get ourselves the win. We could even get off to a great start here. João Cancelo in behind. We'll stand the ball into the middle, and no one can get to it, unfortunately. But Kondogbia might get to this first, and has done. Ndombele quickly to Draxler. Drops the shoulder well. Good luck for Ndombele again. 1-0 Newcastle inside 5 minutes. We take the lead early doors. We said, can we live up to the favourites tag? Well, on the evidence of the opening 5 minutes, yes, we can. Kondogbia out to Chucky. Keep that in. Thank you. Pay attention to the fact the ball was there. We'll find Ndombele. Waiting for Rashford to make that run. Oh, we found him brilliantly. That's 2. Yeah, Huddersfield never really stood a chance here, did they? 2-0 in the 16th minute. I delayed and delayed and delayed with the pass from Ndombele just to make sure that I could get it through to Rashford as he kept that run going. Timed it whilst he was still onside, and he's tucked it away into that top corner beautifully. Had a great game for Manchester United in real life recently, Marcus Rashford, and he's doing the same for us here today. Kappa drops the shoulder well. Rashford tried unsuccessfully to get the ball off him. Vilhena into Ait Ben-Asser. Oh, Munier did try and find the runner through the middle. It wouldn't quite drop to him, and then he was very nearly in the way as the shot eventually came in there. Man through the middle, Tony Vilhena, but involved at the defensive third as well as the offensive third. But Newcastle still holding on to our 2-0 lead. Huddersfield trying to get themselves back in it. It's the first time they've had a proper, genuinely threatening shot on goal. But for the time being, at least, we do look comfortable. Is that a foul? It is. For the time being, at least, we do look comfortable with 10 minutes to go till half-time. Still got our 2-0 advantage. That's nicely worked. Stefan De Vrij. Oh, what a through ball. Munier. Newcastle caught on the back foot, and Huddersfield are back in it. That ball was brilliant for Munier. Inside the defender. Oh, Akanji just turned his back at the wrong moment, and that's when the Huddersfield attacker made the decision to play that pass. And Munier, first time, has swept that home really well. Whether Oblak would have made a save, I'm not sure, but Van Dam not able to do so, and that's the only thing we know for sure. But we have 2 goals to our name, so at least we still hold the lead. I said 3-1, didn't I, as my match prediction? So we're still on course for that. We may even be at that before half-time. We are. Sorry, Huddersfield. Just as your hopes get raised, we dash them back down again. Newcastle 3, Huddersfield 1. Status quo of a 2-goal advantage resumed. Rashford. Cross here to Kondogbia. I'll go back to Marcus. Forward quickly to Draxler. Kondogbia is there. Go around here and then around the corner. Kennedy could be in for a 4th. Good save by Blake. 4 would have finished the game off, you might think. I mean, it might already be over at 3-1, but Huddersfield have proven that they can score against us, so I wouldn't write them off in the second half, but we're certainly still massive, massive favourites.
Influence on this first half.
Benacer into Mounier, out wide to Knockaert, off the post. He struck that very well indeed. Keeper beaten. And Ndombele with a fancy touch. Keeper certainly beaten at his near post there. But the woodwork came to my rescue, although Knockaert's in again. And this time he makes no mistake. Huddersfield certainly are not out of this tie yet. There goes my prediction of 3-1. It's now 3-2. Shot blocks, he falls straight back to him, and then he's thumped at home, making no mistake the second time. His first goal of the Carabao Cup so far this season. And he hasn't got much longer left to score a second. And hopefully he won't. Kondogbia. Ndombele. Rashford there. There's Kondogbia again. Draxler hit that first time. Good save by Blake. Half an hour to be played. They're making a change. I might make one of my own, although I'm still fairly confident in the 11 that are on the field. Kondogbia's flicks on header is cleared away by a defender. Cancelo gets that first and will hold off Knockaert. Although I haven't got much support here, actually. There's a nice option on through there to Ndombele. Rashford around the corner to Kondogbia. Oh, what a save by Blake. Oh, I had to again. What a save by Blake to tip that up onto the bar. Superb from the man between the sticks for Huddersfield Town. Decent corner from Rashford that's unfortunately flicked away. But again, we shall keep the pressure coming forward. Good touch by Chucky. Here's Ndombele through that gap looking for Kennedy, who's opened up the face of his body well, but his shot was poor and cleared away by Huddersfield Town properly. And flicked on well, actually, and now we might be in trouble. Knockaert's touch was poor and let him down. He's had to go backwards, and as such, their attacking threat might come to an end. It certainly will come to an end, because Departure can't even keep the ball in play. I will make a change now. Let's take Ndombele off, because he's starting to really flag stamina-wise. And I think that's it for now. Just the one change in midfield. 20 minutes to go. Only 1 goal to the good right now. Around the corner, this is Rashford. Chucky's pointing for it and itching to get in behind. And we've played him down there. Use João Cancelo. Okay, we won't use João Cancelo. Kondogbia to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, off the bench, nearly having an immediate impact. Oof. On 2 occasions. Nicely done by Blake, the goalkeeper. He's made a couple of good stops, Blake, to be fair to him. He just, unfortunately, has already conceded 3 goals by the time he started making those good saves. Here come Huddersfield on one final attack. There are seconds remaining, and Van Dam down to make the save. And there's the final whistle. It may have taken us almost 4 full seasons, but with Marcus Rashford, Tanguy Ndombele and Julian Draxler scoring the goals, we win the Carabao Cup. We will finally lift a meaningful trophy at Newcastle United. We've earned that, grinding through this series, getting progression year on year, finishing 2nd in the Premier League last year, looking for a Premier League title this year, after avoiding relegation in Season 1. I'm delighted with that. It was a little bit closer than I anticipated it being. Huddersfield certainly gave me a run for my money, although their keeper did make a couple of top saves to ensure we didn't extend the margin back out again. But Julian Draxler led by example. He scored the 3rd and... No, he's actually scored the... No, Julian Draxler scored the 3rd goal, didn't he? Ndombele, Rashford, Draxler. The man that scored the goal that sealed it in the end, the winning goal, by 3 goals to 2. It's Newcastle United that lift the Carabao Cup. But our work is not yet done. We have a Premier League title to chase after, and a Champions League title to continue to look for as well. We'll head into the game against Arsenal now. Bernd Leno in goal for Arsenal. Meunier, Chambers, Regani and Tagliafico at the back. Holding is Weigl and Thomas. Formerly of Atleti, of course. Asano, Mkhitaryan and El Yunusi wide left. With Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up top. On the bench, Eddie Nketiah. Bit of pace. Some defensive options on there as well. Arsenal always difficult to play against on FIFA. You can either beat them comfortably or get hammered by them. I have no idea which is actually going to happen here today. Hopefully, it's the beating them comfortably. We'll find out. We've got a goal early on against Huddersfield, but it's not to be the case here against Arsenal. Aubameyang forward to Asano. Oh, good turn. And the ball through to Aubameyang is good, and the finish is too. Well, as I had an opportunity at one end and didn't score, they have scored at the other end. Asano, this turn here, that was superb, and then Aubameyang just ran off the back of the midfielder inside the defender and slots into the top corner. Jan Oblak is back in goal for this one, but already conceded after 7 minutes. 1-0 down here. In the header. Well up, Jeffrey. Oh, it's gone straight to Thomas, and now Mkhitaryan can play Aubameyang in, and we might be in trouble again. Nice football from Arsenal here. El Yunusi driving inside. Mkhitaryan has options. He can also just bang them into the back of the net from 25 yards if he wants to. Hopefully we've done well to get that away. Kondogbia tried to squeeze it through the gap and it wouldn't work, and Ndombele does brilliantly. Rashford just flicked that around the corner there to Kennedy. Meunier with me. There's Rashford again. Kondogbia around the corner to Chucky. This should be 1-1 here. Oh, a heavy touch, Stoke, but he still tucked it away. Oh, I thought the chance had gone there with that really heavy touch, but Lozano fires it into the bottom corner. We're level at home against Arsenal. 22 minutes played. Back at 1-1, and still plenty of game left for, well, either side really, to push on and try and get the victory. Near to Kennedy, forward quickly to Rashford. I've got runners all around me. That's a beautiful ball looking for Julian Draxler, who's in behind here. Julian will lift it over the keeper, but over the bar as well. Great through ball. Draxler showing a nice turn of pace to get there, but a little bit too much on the finish. I had to get enough on it so that it went over the keeper, but not too much so that it dropped under the bar, and unfortunately it didn't do the latter part of that equation. Never mind, we'll stay at 1-1 as we're very nearly now at half-time. A corner. Aubameyang's gone off and Antonio Sanabria has come on for Arsenal. So they're making an offensive change to try and win the game. I might do the same myself soon. Draxler to Akanji. He's not going to score from there, but outside the post from Ndombele. When he hit that first time and it was bending back towards goal, I thought that was destined for the top corner. Crack off the outside the post and wide. 20 minutes to go. I'm going to make a change, but I'm going to bring Loftus-Cheek on and keep the more offensive Ndombele alongside him. I want to bring Maximilian Philip on as well, but I'm not sure who for. Drax has had a decent game, but let's throw Maximilian Philip into that centre forward role and see if he can't just offer us a little bit more. 20 minutes to go, still drawing 1-1. Pione Sisto on now for Arsenal. Let's see if their changes or our changes are going to be enough to see either side score a goal. Pione Sisto. Nice tackle by Kennedy. He's stolen it away from him and broken away at the same time. And now we can set Maximilian Philip in behind. He's racing away here, Philip. He's got options in the middle if he can find any of them, which he'll try and do now. Oh, off the bar from Chucky. He couldn't keep it down. Akanji, very brave to throw his head in there. That certainly could have ended up with an injury. Lozano to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He can hit them from range. He's taken a deflection, which has taken the sting out of it. It drops straight to Bernd Leno. Oh, brilliant football from Kennedy and from Maximilian Philip. Philip picks out a teammate superbly, and Lozano hits the bar. Cheek to Kennedy. I'll give that to Maximilian Philip's feet. Play early for Rashford. I need to get it back on his right, which we've done well. Marcus Rashford. What a save by Bernd Leno. Maximilian Philip drops the shoulder brilliantly. Now I need someone in the middle again. There was no one there. So the corner is probably the best we could have done in that particular situation. Oh, dearie me, how have we not scored a second goal in this game? I'm going to try and knock this down to someone that's across here. It's Chucky again, but he's even higher this time and it's over the bar. There's the final whistle. We had the chances late on to win it, but after 2 early goals, it was then both sides just locking horns and neither able to actually get the win. Spurs beat Chelsea 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Big result for Tottenham there. We've the Champions League game against Benfica next, which we are confident enough of being able to get a victory from, or at least confident enough to being able to avoid a 3-0 defeat from. Also, we're 3-0 up from the away leg, so we should be able to get ourselves through in this particular game to the next round of the Champions League, and then depending on when the next round is drawn, that will dictate which games we play at the end of the episode. So we shall simulate this one at home against Benfica and see what happens. All we need to... Well, we're 1-0 up. There you go. It's a great start. João Cancelo has settled all nerves with a goal after 5 minutes. That's 4-0 on the aggregate. Sorry, 5-0 on aggregate. Julian Draxler in the 34th minute. Yeah, we're going through to the next round of the Champions League without any real worries whatsoever. Exactly what we needed. Rashford adds a third. He's 88 rated now, Marcus Rashford. Well, Cancelo, if you could have avoided doing that, that would have been nice. But never mind. João Cancelo gets himself sent off. Vinicius Junior's on his way back from injury as well, which is great news. He'll be able to be involved in the next game against Everton, hopefully. We should find out. Actually, it might not be until after this next week's worth of fixtures when the next round of the Champions League will be. And, of course, more crucially, who it's going to be against. Because that could dictate whether we, again, simulate both rounds in the tie. Or whether we play both rounds. The Premier League, is again in question. That draw against Vinicius says he's okay to play against Everton. The Premier League is back in question as we drew that last game and Liverpool won 1-0 against Wolves. So they're a point above us again. Goal difference plus 29 for them, plus 35 for me. So our goal difference is better, but our points tally is worse. Has the next round of the Champions League been drawn yet? It has. We've Manchester City. Ooh, big month of April upcoming for tomorrow. We shall play Everton and then simulate Stoke, and then that will be us for today. Oh, dearie me. All right, Vinicius Junior's back. We are at full strength again. Bring it on, Everton. All right, Everton, Jordan Pickford in goal. Cuco Martina right back. Rekic, Diaz and Augustinson, a new signing for them at left back. Idris Gunn again, Tukore holding as it always is. Theo Walcott, Tom Davies and Richarlison wide left with Santi Mina up top. They sold Yerry Mina in January, of course, so that's, as far as I'm concerned, weakened their defensive line. We'll see if we can take advantage of that. Cancelo smacked that out wide nicely to Chucky. Need a runner in the middle. Unfortunately, both of my centre mids have drifted. Rashford, oh, can he get to that? He's going to drop to... Oh, Vinicius, who can't force it home. Pass meant for Ndombele. It dropped to the winger instead. And we very nearly took a 1-0 lead. It's only a good stop from Pickford that denies us. In there, quickly helped that on. That didn't quite work first time, but Ndombele will find Julian Draxler. Good first touch to work the angle. Another good stop by Pickford. He may have parried that back into the danger zone, but luckily for him, it hit a teammate and found a blue and white shirt rather than a black and white shirt. Santi Mina. Effort saved. Corner for Everton. Oh dear. It was just a chance from nothing, really. Theo Walcott will take the corner. Where's he going to place it? Oh, towards the edge of the box. It's brought down well by Draxler. I haven't got much support ahead of me. By the time I've finished looking, I haven't got the ball at my feet anymore. Tom Davies in there too. Doucouré. Goal for Everton. 1-0 to our hosts. As the clock ticks over to 25 minutes and something. It's 1-0 to Everton. Are they doing Merseyside rivals Liverpool a favour here? That's Chucky. See the run being made, and Kadobi's in a great position here, and I'm going to pull this back to a teammate, and Marcus Rashford's shot's blocked. It's not going my way in front of goal so far in this game, is it? Pickford making saves, defenders getting blocks in. We've not had the best of time of things. Stefan de Vrij, I don't know why he didn't use his head there. That'll be their throw as well. Yeah, it's certainly not going my way in this third game, or third played game at least. We will have to ensure that we're better in the second half if we're to get anything from this. Certainly can't afford to be losing to Everton. It's a lovely through ball to Santi-Mina. Oh, and it's a great finish as well. 2-0 Everton. We really are in troubled waters now. Chucky Cancelo's on the run. They're just mentioning in commentary that Everton won the game at St James's Park against us. So they've already beaten us once this season, and they do look like favourites to beat us again. Vinicius will deliver this corner, needs to win that header and haven't. It will drop here to Chucky, who can get it out of his feet, and then look to bend it into the top corner and continued. Everton blocks, deny us chances on goal. It's good strength shown by Akanji there. Rashford turns well. Draxler needs runners, and I do have them. And here's Ndombele in the box, turns well. Another block from an Everton defender denies us another chance on goal. Whether these chances would have gone in or not is questionable, but we're not even forcing the issue for Jordan Pickford right now because we can't get the ball past the defenders in the first place to test the goalkeeper. Heavy touch from Davies. We've worked that to Draxler, and Rashford is there, and Chucky's making a good run. In fact, it may even have been João Cancelo, still forward from right back, that was making that run through there, trying to get in behind. Max will get it to Vinicius. Drop the shoulder and drive down the line. Fake Rabona works some space. Max get out of his feet and then whip in a very dangerous cross that we can't attack properly. Kadobia in there to Ndombele. Forward looking for Draxler. That's not Draxler, that's Chucky. Great.
As for Newcastle United,
Fry picks the ball up. Kadobia, I see Ndombele making moves. Draxler's there ahead of him. Idrissa does brilliantly. Twice. Still Julian Draxler. Oh, good finish, Julian. We're back in it. 2-1. Finally, something breaks in my favour. Brilliant tackle by Idrissa Gana Gueye. And I get a lucky break there. Bend the ball around the defender, which means Pickford is unsighted. And for once, the ball goes around the defender rather than into him. And as a result, it goes into the back of the net. We just need to do that at least once more. Preferably twice. To throw the ball out wide nicely to Vinicius. Just tuck that back to Rashford. Through that gut there to Tanguy Ndombele. We'll go out wide to Vinicius Junior. I've got a number of people in the middle. Can we find any of them? Yes, we can. Tanguy Ndombele, it's 2-2. We've turned it completely around. Vinicius picks him out wonderfully. Just drops that just past the defender who couldn't quite get to it. These are huge goals. A massive comeback for us at Goodison Park. And there's still 23 minutes left to win it. Corey over the top, looking for the run of Richarlison. João Cancelo trying to get there. Bounces off Richarlison, who then turns back. The fight back would be absolutely pointless if they go and score a third. It's obviously what we don't want to happen. It's good football though. And on the counter-attack, Chucky will look to break in behind their defensive line. Diaz is with me. Nice turn by Chucky. Let's play that around the corner there. Draxler, we've done it! We've turned it all the way around. From Everton to Newcastle 0 at half-time. 30 minutes later, we're 3-2 in front. Julian, from the cam roll, he's lifted the Carabao Cup earlier on today, and that goal might well keep the chance of lifting the Premier League trophy alive as well. Oh, wow. I can't quite believe we've turned that around. Everton did beat us at St James's Park earlier on in the season. And they look favourites to do so at half-time here again. I don't know where this second-half performance has come from, but it is quite possibly the most important second-half performance we've had in the entire 4 seasons we've been at Newcastle United. Absolutely massive to keep our title hopes alive. Oh, it's a great through ball. Just get there with De Vrij. Ndombele across to João Cancelo. Inside to Ndombele. Can we get a fourth? Is he onside here, Chucky? He is. I need someone in the middle. I just need to pull it back. Rashford. I can't quite believe we've done this. Newcastle 4, Everton 2. I am actually speechless. I don't know how we've been able to turn this around in the manner that we have. We are staying within touching distance of Liverpool, and depending what happens in their game on this match day, maybe, just maybe, going top of the table again at the end of the month of March. Although we do yet have a game against Stoke to simulate at the end of the episode, which could change things again with regards to the way that the title fight looks. We could even look to try and play Maximilian Philip in to maybe score a fifth. I don't know how I've done that. Don't ask me. I couldn't tell you. 2-0 down at half-time, and we've turned it completely on its head. Liverpool win 3-0 against Watford. Wonderful. Just proving how important that result and turnaround was then, because they have still a 1-point lead on us at the top of the table. I don't know who Liverpool have got towards the end of the season. I don't know if they have to play any of the other big sides. We have a very big month of March coming up. Games against Manchester City in the month of April coming up. Games against Manchester City in the Champions League and Manchester United in the Premier League, as well as a number of other important games in the Premier League as well. If this one's at home, please be at home. We're away in the first leg. I could still simulate that leg. Oh, I'm not sure what to do in tomorrow's episode. I don't want the Paraguayan international manager's job. Thank you very much. What we will do, though, for sure, is simulate this next game against Stoke. Hopefully, Liverpool will drop points on this Wednesday, or this round of fixtures. Oh, but with Manchester United the following weekend, so I am going to have to rotate myself for Stoke. That's fine. We can do that. Christopher Wagner now up to 82 rated. Which is superb. Growing nicely again this season. I'm going to need my full strength side available against Manchester United. So we shall play this team here. Simulate the match. And pray for the best. They're actually on a good run of form, Stoke. 2-1 wins against Southampton and Derby in their most recent 2 games. Oh, they missed the penalty after 17 minutes as well. Anything else to happen before the end of the first half? Yes, Jan Roth gives us a 1-0 lead. The youngster coming through. 25 minutes to play. 15 minutes to play. 5 minutes to play. A 1-0 win. Massive 3 points. Absolutely huge. Liverpool also win as well. Julian Draxler. He's worried about something apparently. Because he's not playing absolutely every single game. Training injury. Draxler's out for 4 weeks. Well, you can continue to ask me to play Julian, but you're out for 4 weeks now. That's not what we needed. He's been in superb form, Julian Draxler. Maximilian Philip will retain or regain his starting spot at cam. I'll put Blurb on the bench. Right, tomorrow it will be Manchester United away that will play. I don't know what to do about the Champions League games. Palace at home I can simulate. Bournemouth away I'm questionable about. Derby at home I can simulate. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure. Time will tell. We'll find out tomorrow. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed today's though. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on the end of this season or any of the new content coming your way over the next few days. I believe this is going out on New Year's Day. So Happy New Year. Hope you've had a great start to 2019. Here's hoping that it's another great year ahead of us. I'll see you next time.